Ah, crap. All right, hey, it's me. I'm back again. I know, the last one of these episodes came out in fucking January. Um, I've been so busy with all kinds of shit, right? So, I apologize for those of you that give a shit and actually do like listening to me. I mean, I see the podcast metrics, and I mean, I don't have zero listeners. There's a non-zero number of people who listen to this shit, which is crazy. So I do feel bad for those people that maybe the one or two people out there that actually waited every fucking week for one of these episodes or whatever. I'm very inconsistent with uploading and recording and stuff because I do have a whole ass life with jobs, kids, jobs. I said jobs. One job. Well, two technically if you count both voice acting and what I do, what other things I do, and then kid stuff and relationship stuff and planning things and getting things situated and doing all kinds of stuff. Got a lot of stuff going on in life right now. So, past few months I've been doing all that stuff, so I haven't been able to record as much as I would like. But I got some free time this week here, so I'm taking the opportunity to get some stuff out there. So, that's an update on my life, like y'all give a shit. I'm back after some months, and it's the same old shit. I go on Reddit, I find some Am I the Asshole stuff, I read it, give my opinions, try to say something funny, try to say something poignant, try to be nice with it, you know? It's not, I don't do this to be popular or famous or fucking anything like that. I do it because I like it, it's fun, and hopefully some people get some enjoyment or something out of it, you know? Like I've always said, if even one person, if what I do makes the day of even one person, and that's enough for me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't do this to get famous or get clout or be out there. And I don't want to be an influencer. And I don't want to be out there. I don't want to do any of that shit. I just want to talk, say whatever I want, and hopefully, like I said, entertain some people. Maybe give some people some advice they didn't know they needed. Whatever, you know. Just be myself. Be out there. But with all that being said, long-winded ass intro. Usually they're shorter, but like I said, I've been gone for a while. I'm going to get into this old story here. Same as always, I haven't read it yet. I just read the title. That's why I picked it. And then I'm going to read it, and we're going to react together to what the fuck we're reading. All right? All right, let's get into it. Hopefully I'm not rusty. I'm definitely rusty. Okay, folks, after that word from our sponsors, just kidding. I don't have any of those. We're going to get into this and read some shit, huh? All right. Like I said, all who used to listen to the podcast with like ad breaks and fucking all kinds of shit. That's not what we got. This is very informal. It's basically like it's just me in a room reading. That's all it is. There's nothing crazy professional about this at all. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. I hope you do. If you don't, just know that it really affects me. Okay? Anyway, let's go. All right. Am I the asshole for refusing to drive a longer route to drop a girl off because she didn't want to be alone in the car with me? Interesting. So I'm going to assume, like I said, I haven't read any of this yet. I'm going to assume that the person running this is a dude, right? And so I'm guessing that maybe they were like group of friends, right? Out at night. He was DD, something like that. And he was driving people home, and like this one girl's house was like super out of the way or something. Or I'm trying to think of a situation to where they would be alone in the car and him having to drive alone. I don't know. I guess we'll read the situation and see who we agree with, huh? Let's go. I feel like it's relevant to mention that I'm a male. Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured because, I mean, the sad truth is I don't feel like a woman would be uncomfortable being alone in a car with another girl as she would be with a guy. It's just the reality of the situation. You know, whether the guy has done anything to warrant that or not. Excuse me. Whether the guy's done anything to warrant that or not. It's, personally, it's just the nature of the beast, nature of the world right now, you know? Women have to be cautious around dudes because, well, obviously, right? So, and I mean, as a guy, it can kind of suck because as a man who's never hurt a woman, there are times when it can make you feel kind of bad and be like, damn, like, because you know you're not a threat, but, like, you got to push that kind of shit out of your mind, bro, because, like, she doesn't know that, right? You know you're not a threat, and that should be enough, but she still has to be cautious, and until she knows you, she has to, and really knows you, she has to assume that you're a threat, because that's too many guys are, right? Like I said, even if, it's one out of every, 100 guys, that's still a non-0% chance that something horrible could happen to her if she doesn't have her guard up around you. So don't try not to take it personally. Like I said, I get it. I get that sometimes it make you feel bad because you're like, damn, I've never done anything to anyone. Why you treat me like this? And I get that. Trust me, I do. You can't take that shit personally. You got to understand the situation and understand that these girls, they got to be really careful. Like, I got a lot of female friends, and almost all of them have had something happen to them because of a guy. Okay, something bad, something horrible. And so I just try to have some grace, don't take it personally if they don't trust you or they feel uncomfortable around you immediately. Okay, it's not you, it's the world, right? Okay, anyway, off the soapbox, let's read. I feel like it's relevant to mention I'm a male. The situation involves me and 3 other people. Let's call them Joe, Sandra, and Amy. Okay. I'm good friends with Joe. We've been friends since we were kids. I know Sandra through Joe, and the 3 of us hang out regularly. Nice. So I'm guessing Amy's going to be the one that had the issue because it sounds like they don't know each other like that. Last week, Sandra invited her friend Amy to hang out with us. Amy and Sandra are good friends, and she met Joe before. It was my first time meeting her. We just saw a movie and then went bowling. Fair enough. Cool. Sounds like a nice chill hangout. When everyone was done, Sandra asked me if I was okay to drive Amy home. I said, yeah, no problem. I'm the only one who drives, so I usually drop everyone off after we see each other. The only one who drives? I mean, I would say that's weird, but it's entirely possible that, they live in, a city where having a car isn't super important. Or maybe, he didn't say ages, so they could be a younger group of friends. Maybe he's the only one who's able to drive legally yet. I really don't know, so, but, I guess we'll see. I live in the middle of nowhere, like an hour north of all of them. Damn, son. They all live pretty close together. From where we were to where everyone's houses is, it made sense to drop off Joe first, then Sandra, then Amy. Then continue on home. We didn't discuss the logistics in advance, so I dropped Joe off first, then we were heading to Sandra's. Okay, so the way the route worked out, it would have been easier to just do bop, bop, bop like that because, instead of having to drive, do a bunch of different turns and shit like that. I could tell Amy and Sandra were texting each other, and they were kind of whispering. I fucking hate when they do that shit. I had a feeling they were talking about me, but I didn't know for sure until Sandra just pointed out I made a wrong turn and Amy's house was the other way. I explained it made more sense to drop Sandra off first, then Amy. It was only at this point Amy mentioned she didn't want to be alone in the car with me. Her only reason was because I'm a man, and she alluded that being alone in a car with a man she doesn't know is unsafe. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, like I said, I understand being offended by the insinuation of what she's implying. Because if you're a guy who's, would never hurt a girl like that, it can be offensive for them to, like I said, allude to that kind of thing and insinuate that you would do something like that. But again, like I said, you can't try to take that personally because if she doesn't know you like that, bro, she doesn't know that you're safe, okay? She doesn't know you like that, and she is trying to protect herself. It's, So, what she was asking me was to drop her off, then drive 10 minutes back in the opposite direction of my house to drop Sandra off. Then another 10 minutes back to the exact same way I just came from, passing Amy's house again in order to get home. My drive home is already an hour from town, so I said no. I didn't want to add an extra 20 minutes to my already 60-minute drive. They were both really pressuring me and trying to guilt me into just doing it, but I kept saying no. It was such an awkward car ride because they just didn't give up. Amy just got out of the car at Sandra's house. She kind of slammed the door all aggressively, which pissed me off a little. I just drove straight home afterwards. Joel called me the next day and heard what happened. He felt like I should have just done it, but I feel like their ask was unreasonable. I'm not going to go out of my way to do a favor for someone who just thinks I'm some messed up abuser or something. Anyways, just looking for opinions on whether or not I'm the asshole here. Okay, so no. like I said, I see both perspectives on this, and I don't think anyone's really the asshole necessarily. I think it's just differing perspectives, and neither one. They're both right in what they're doing, right? She is right to want to protect herself against, potential threats, whether it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't know this guy, so she doesn't know that he's threatening or not. So her trying to protect herself in any way she can is smart, and it's a good instincts on her part. And I understand where she's coming from, because she doesn't know him like that yet, and not want to be alone in a car with him is fair enough, because she doesn't know him. Like I said, he knows that he's not a messed up fucking abuser, or a rapist or whatever the fuck, but she doesn't know that, and she has to act like, unfortunately, she has to behave as if he is until she knows better. You know what I mean? So, but on the other hand, from his perspective, I say he's not the asshole either, because, like I said, he's well within his rights to feel offended by that. Like, I say try not to take that shit personally and try to understand where the girl's coming from, but that doesn't mean that getting insinuated, implied that you're a rapist or you're abusive or you're some kind of creep or freak, you're allowed to be offended by that. Like, as a guy, you are allowed to be offended by that insinuation, okay? As much as you do, want to sympathize and understand where they're coming from, it is offensive. As a guy who, again, has never hurt a girl, would never hurt a female, well, I say that, but, like, if a girl's trying to kill me or something, obviously, I'm going to give her the 3-piece with the soda. But, like, I'm talking, like, abuser, rapist shit. Like, stuff like that. Never have, never would, never associate with anyone that would. More than that, I'd put him in the fucking ground if I knew about it. But, like, that's not the point. The point is that it's offensive to have it insinuated that you are a predator just because you're a man. Okay? And so I do see his perspective on that. However, like I said, I see her perspective too. Neither one is wrong here. They're both right in their feelings. They're both right in, where they're coming from and what they're trying to do and everything like that. He's right to be offended. It's okay. And she's right to want to protect herself. So this situation is tricky because, like, yeah, you could say he should have just done it to avoid, to try and make her feel more comfortable. That would have been a nice thing to do. You know what I mean? But like he said, going out of his way almost a half an hour because somebody thinks that he's a predator, I wouldn't exactly be inclined to, go the extra mile for that either. Even if it would, I really don't know how I would handle the situation. I haven't been a single dude with random chicks in my car for quite some time. But, like, in this situation, I probably would have just dropped her off because, like, me personally, I don't care, right? I'm trying to make sure everyone involved in what we're doing, this hangout, is as comfortable as possible. And if she'd be more comfortable with that, then that's what I'll do. I'm not that crazy picky about it. But that doesn't mean that that's something that he has to adhere to, or that he's wrong for not doing that. He's well within his rights to not want to add an extra, like I said, half hour of drive time to his route just to accommodate somebody that is implying that he's some kind of predator. So I do see what he's saying. But I'm inclined to kind of side with her, I guess, because I said I do. She is trying to protect herself, and she's doing what she has to do, and she's doing what's right here, for herself. And even if he is offended and he has every right to be, she's still, she's not wrong, for the way she's acting and what she's trying to, protect herself from. Because like I said, she doesn't know this guy. She doesn't know him at all. So she doesn't know that he's safe, So, it's tricky. It's really tricky. Damn. I'm not sure where to go with it. I mean, the answer, I guess, is no one's really the asshole here. But that seems like kind of a cop-out because, like, I try to pick a definitive side one or the other. But, like, in this one, everyone's valid in what they're feeling and what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, he's valid in his feelings and not want to do it because he doesn't have to do. And that would have been a nice thing for him to do, but he's not obligated to do that shit. And he has every right to feel offended by, the insinuation. And she is well within her rights to, again, try to protect herself, regardless of who she's offending or whatever. She still has every right, as she should, to protect herself against potential dangers. So, I mean, honestly, this could all have been solved if they just, more than him drove. That would have been helpful. You know what I mean? If somebody else had a car. But, that's a different issue entirely. So, fuck. Gosh, I really don't know. I really just don't know. Y'all can draw your own conclusions on this one. Leave some comments wherever you're listening and, have discussions about it. See where all y'all are coming from. You know what I mean? Because I see both perspectives on this, I like to think of myself as a fair person. I don't like to say I don't judge, because we all judge. Everyone judges everyone. But I try to see all perspectives on things, and I try to not just write people off for this, that, or the third, Just kind of try to see the broad perspectives on things. And I've said before on this, and in personal life, I hate men, I hate women, I hate everyone equally. So I don't have a skewed perspective on this. I whoever's right is right, but in this situation, they're both right. So I think, honestly, depending on how close y'all are, maybe y'all could all sit down and have, some kind of conversation about it, about how you're feeling. But, it's like he just met this girl, so I don't know if that matters that much. But, maybe to avoid these kind of situations in the future, maybe talk about it a little bit, But regardless of all that shit, I really don't got nothing on this one. I thought this one would be more entertaining, but it's not. So you know what we're going to do? I'm going to go find another one. Sit tight. Okay, are you sitting tight? Did you sit real tight, waiting for the... I know for you it was, a couple seconds, but for me, I'm sitting here looking for something. I found something, and I don't usually do this. I don't usually do the 2 stories in one episode thing, but I said the first one was only 15 minutes. Didn't have a whole lot to say about it, so I found another one. Gonna make this episode a little longer. I'll try not to, ramble on too much, because it is, already... Don't want to make it, too long, but more than 15 minutes, you know what I mean? So let's see, this one. Am I the asshole for leaving my best friend's birthday party early because I was a B-list guest? The fuck does that mean? B-list guest? Are you you're friends, but you ain't free-freeze? Wait, she said best friend, though. How are you both best friend and a B-list guest? How does that make any sense? Let's see. Throwaway for privacy, though this is a pretty specific incident, and anyone who knows the situation would probably be able to identify me anyway. Well, great that you have a throwaway, I guess, for no reason. Whatever. I, 29 female, have been good friends with Sally, quote-unquote, 30 female, since we were 8 years old. Wow. We were inseparable throughout school, but we went to different colleges. I visited her a few times each year. She'd visit me, and we'd always meet up at Christmas and summer breaks. After we graduated, I moved about a 3-hour drive from where she moved to. We still caught up often. Nice. As normally happens, we established our new professional and social lives, drifted apart, but whenever we caught up, it was like no time had passed. Cliche. We were there for each other whenever we needed it. When she got married at 25, I was a bridesmaid. I declined maid of honor because I was concerned with the long commute, and I couldn't do all the MOH duties required expected. That's very responsible. I had a issue like that with my friend group a little while ago. It was a whole thing. I ain't gonna put it all on blast because it's not my fucking story to tell, but I know the vibe. She drove to my place to support me when my father had a stroke. Damn. I stayed with her when she found out her ex-husband cheated. Damn! And she filed for divorce. I always figured that even though life is taking us in different directions, we're always there for each other. Damn. So a bitch got married when she was 25, divorced before she was 30. Damn. And because bro cheated? Ah, shit. That's fucked up, dude. That is fucked up. What? I'm not going to go on too much of a tangent here, but Stop cheating, y'all. It's fucked up. Cheating in marriages, relationships, everything. Just stop cheating. If you don't want to be with somebody, don't be with them. Fuck. You know, it's perfectly normal to just be out there single by yourself and fuck whoever you want to, and whoever wants to fuck you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and do that with however many people you want to do that. You don't have to be in a relationship, dog. Just fuck whoever you want. It's fine. You know, as long as you want to fuck them, they want to fuck you, then fuck, and that's cool. You don't have to be in a relationship. You don't have to, okay? And if you are in a relationship, don't fucking cheat. It's so grimy. Like, God, it's so easy not to cheat, man. If you want to be a hoe, but don't fucking cheat on people. Holy shit. Like, just don't. You don't need the relationship. You don't need to be in a relationship. If you want to bang other people, okay? Bang whoever you want. Just stay single about it. Because cheating on people is fucking gross. Anyway, continue. Jesus Christ. Now, on her birthday, she turned 30 last week and had a huge party this weekend. Since it was a milestone birthday, she had it at a banquet hall, all catered, DJ, etc. That sounds so fucking extra. For my 30th birthday, I stayed at home, played video games all day, and didn't want anyone to fucking contact me, because the last thing I ever want to do on my birthday is fucking be around people. Anyone. So, but good for you. It was at night, so I booked a hotel, drove up, and would drive back home the next day. When I arrived, I was ushered into a small room with 4 tables and about 10 other people. There was a portable TV on a trolley with a stream of the party in the bigger room. What? One of the guests told me Sally invited more than the main hall could accommodate, and she hoped after a few people RSVP'd no, we'd all fit in. But only 1 or 2 people RSVP'd no, so the venue opened a second room for the excess guests. What the fuck? So, unfortunately, not everyone can fit in the venue, so, all you guys get to go into this other room and watch us all have fun on a TV. Yeah, it's basically like you're there. Like, what the hell? What the hell? God, okay. Let's keep going. I saw the stream. New people arrived after I did, so I knew I was clearly relegated to the B-lister room and wasn't brought there because the main room was already filled up. Oh, shit! Oh, that's worse! Oh, fuck! So you put all these fucking people into a little room and make them watch as other people show up after them and are able to join the main party? Oh my god, what kind of humiliation ritual bullshit is this? Holy fuck. You fucking... So you leave absolutely no doubt that they're in that room because they don't matter. Oh my god, dude. That's so fucked up. What the hell? So I left after 15 minutes and took my gift with me. Goddamn right. The next day I was preparing to check out of the hotel. Sally called and asked why I didn't show. Bitch, fuck you! Apparently, she came to the leftovers room. The leftovers room is crazy. And into the leftovers room to mingle about 30 minutes after I left and noticed I wasn't there. I told her I didn't attend, but I didn't realize... I told her I did attend, but I didn't realize I'd be watching a stream of her party instead of attending it, which I could have done at home. She asked if I wanted to catch up for lunch, and I gave her my... so I can give her my... She asked if I wanted to catch up for lunch so I can give her my gift then, but I told her I needed to get back home because I had plans for the afternoon. Cue the Instagram story about how people who claim to love her don't show up, and she can't help that so many people wanted to celebrate her. During my drive home, her mother left a voicemail that she was very disappointed in me. But I'm here like, I'm supposed to be one of your best friends and got the leftover experience. Did I overreact? Am I the asshole here? No! No, you're not. What the fuck is this? What the fuck are we talking about here? Your best friend since you were fucking children, right? Since you were 8 years old. And, first of all, booking a venue that can't accommodate all the people you want to invite is insane work. First of all, poor planning. Second of all... creating a fucking leftovers room for the people that you invited but don't really care if they're there or not is insane work. Cause what the fuck? Cause that is so humiliating. Because you show up to this party thinking, hell yeah, I'm gonna have a good time with my friend and celebrate her birthday and all this shit, and then you get shoved into a little room with a bunch of other fucking people, be like, oh my god, let's just have fun on the TV, type shit. And then to see other people arrive afterwards, after you had already showed up, so you know for a fact it's not because you showed up too late and there wasn't any room, it's because they want to save room for the people that actually fucking matter. That's wild fucking work. And third of all, why was this best friend of yours relegated to the side room? Because I said, it's clearly not a fucking best friend. And funny how she relegates the friend to the side room, to the quote-unquote leftovers room, like she put it, and then has the audacity to post a fucking story about how people never show up for her. Bitch, she did show up, and you shoved her into a broom closet. Fuck you. What are you talking about? Like... and then the mom be like, I'm very disappointed. Disappointed in what? In fucking leaving the live stream room of the party she was supposed to be at? Man, fuck you. And then afterwards, the fact of being like, hey, maybe we can get some lunch and catch up and you can, give me my gift. That's the only fucking reason she wanted to meet up, was so she could get her goddamn gift. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to catch up. She just wants to get her gift. She just wanted to get the gift that was bought for her. Well, guess what, bitch? You don't deserve that fucking gift anymore, because fuck you. What do you mean? You relegated people to an opposite room because they weren't as important as other guests. That is insane work. Like, already renting out a fucking banquet hall is crazy for a birthday party. But, people like to celebrate and have big fucking to-dos. Like, I don't know enough people to fill a fucking banquet hall for anything. Like, I'm getting married and there's like 50 people coming to my fucking wedding. Like, I don't know a lot of people. People I do know are quality people, but I don't know a lot. So, to have enough people that fill a whole goddamn banquet hall, not so much that you not only fill it, but overfill it, is crazy work. But, just... No, the person who wrote this is not the asshole. That friend is a fucking asshole. And the fucking entitlement and the ridiculous ass behavior to think that you can just relegate people to a little side room because they are not as important as other guests. Holy shit, dude. Like, who the fuck do you actually think you are? Jesus. I said I wasn't going to try to ramble too much. We're almost at a half an hour. I think that's about right. Jesus, y'all. Fucking munch on this one. Where do you stand? Are you with the shitty friend who thinks that she can treat people like cattle? Or are you with the person who wrote this who was rightfully fucking offended? Sound off. With all that being said, though, we're going to get to the outro stuff, special message. Yeah, I still do that. Let's go. Okay, everybody. That was the end of that. Little double shot of love for you there. Pause. Jesus, I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't too rusty. Hope it wasn't too hard of a listen. Pause. Again. Jesus. Wow. But seriously, I do hope that it wasn't too bad. I wasn't too rusty, and I tried to be as entertaining as I could. Get some comedy in there, get some opinions in there, get some reactions in there, all that good shit that I do. If you like what I do, check me out over on Twitter. I'm not gonna call it the other thing. Twitter, YouTube, fucking. I'm all over the place, right? Dman the Voice, TikTok, Dman the Voice, everywhere. Check out the Annie Short app. I think it might be called something different now. I don't know. It got put under new management. I don't know what it's called now. Basically, it's a short form anime content, kind of like anime TikTok type deal. We do a lot of like short form like stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I like it. I'm in a lot of it. I voice villains, heroes, side characters, animals, whatever. So if you want to hear some of my work, check that out. Check out Uncanny Kingdom over on YouTube. I play a villain in that. The dashing debonair Charles, Warden Charles. People are already falling in love with the sultry, dulcet sounds of my voice. Just kidding, it's not very sultry. I do sound like an asshole, though, and people seem to like that. So, if you like that, go over there and give that a listen. Now that I'm done hawking all my stuff, special message time. And the special message, I suppose, is, like I said, it's already 30 minutes. I'm not going to try to make it too long. Special message, basically, don't be an asshole is pretty common one. So we did 2 stories. I usually try to tie in the special message to the story, but since we did 2, regards to the first story, try to do your best to understand other people's perspectives on things, because I talked a lot about how, I could see both sides of it. Just try your best whenever you're dealing with people that you give a shit about, or at least peripherally, at least somewhat. Just in dealing with people in general, try your best to see things from their perspective when you're doing things and saying things and making decisions, Like, doesn't mean you have to do, accommodate them, but it does mean that, it gives you, just try and see where they're coming from and see, if it really is that big of a deal to try to accommodate, or if, you should stand firm more on stuff. Just, in general, try to see where people are coming from, because it gives you a better understanding of people and how to deal with them, and can, enlighten and illuminate the situation, and really help you understand people more and have some empathy for people and their experiences and stuff like that. So just in whatever you do your best to just try and see other people's points of view before coming to conclusions about stuff, right? And then for the second fucking thing, Jesus. Yeah, that's where the don't be an asshole comes in, because that fucking friend she was talking about, fucking asshole, dude. I know I just said try to see other people's perspectives, but in situations like that, there's no perspective on that one. There's no other point of view. There's somebody who was a dick and somebody who was treated poorly by a dick. So, not every situation has nuance. Sometimes someone's just an asshole. Couple lessons for you here at the end of this thing with the special message and everything. Couple lessons. Sometimes you gotta see other people's perspectives to understand the full picture of something. Other times someone's just a fucking asshole, and that's the end of it. And that's the great fucking mystery of life, is determining which is which. And that's how people get into shit relationships, shit friendships, let people in their lives way longer than they should, because it can sometimes be really hard to tell who just needs you to see their point of view and who is a fucking piece of shit. I suppose the golden rule for that is actions, not words, right? Because people can say anything. People can say whatever they want. Let their actions show you who they truly are. Because if someone is a fucking dick, right, but they always show up for you, right? They're always there, ready to lend a hand, ready to give some advice, ready for a shoulder to cry on, ready to defend you, then, even if their personality is a little bit abrasive, that's a true friend right there. That's somebody that you should keep around, because, they might have been through things in their life that turn them into somebody that, can sometimes be a little bit damn, wow, you're kind of a dick. But, if they're always there when it really counts, that's a solid person to have around, you know what I mean? Conversely, if you got somebody who's constantly, jazzing you up, hyping you up, and talking about, oh my god, bitch, go off type shit, and always fucking has the nicest things to say and everything like that, but then it's just when the rubber meets the road, right? When it comes time to write them checks that your ass has been trying to cash, you just they're not there, right? They don't show up. They don't walk their talk. They told you all this stuff, and then when it really matters, they're nowhere to be found. Those people, we call those people fucking artificial, right? Fake. And those are not the people that you want to have around you. People that say all the right things and do all the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? So what it boils down to is just let actions speak louder than words. It's cliche as fuck, but you know what? It's true. Let people's actions show you who they truly are, and leave everything they say in the fucking dust. You know what I mean? Alright, that's it. I hope this wasn't too bad of a listen. I'll get better as I get back into it. Or I won't. Maybe this is just me now. Bye.